Hi, everybody. Good morning. Can you believe we've got sunshine? Yeah, I'm in Midland right now at Maple Hill Nursery on Eastman Road. And the reason why we're here, well, Chuck Cervinsky, why don't you tell us? The reason why we're here is because tomorrow is what?
Our 45th annual spring open house.
Oh, and you got the place looking really sharp. So, and the weather is beautiful. So, why don't we start to take a look and see what some of the values and some of the things that you have right now that you're getting ready for the open house? Because if they come in today, they're going to get first pick on all these open house specials and the inventory, right?
Yeah, as long as we're inside, we'll start with in the outdoor furniture department. We've got so many new sets that have come in the last week or so. And I'll go ahead and flip the phone around and I'll show you a few of them. El Fresco Home, we have received many new sets from them in the last week or so. And during the open house, we're going to offer an extra 5% off on anything that's ordered during the open house.
And you've got a really good selection, right? You've been working double time to put some of these sets together.
Yeah, we'll slide out in the next room here quick, and so you can see some of the other ones. But they've really changed a lot. It used to be, primarily just cast aluminum furniture, but they've really went more towards the modern, mid-century modern and transitional look. Here's some more of the beautiful things that we got in this week.
That is really different. Where's that set from, Chuck?
That's Al Fresco Home, and they're a U.S. company. But a lot of different things that we've never had before. Here's a teak table, um, what we call mixed material chairs. So we've got man-made wicker and cast aluminum. So very different, very unique stuff. You definitely won't see this stuff anywhere else.
And right next.
And then, of course, with Polywood, we've got a lot of new sets in Polywood that we put on the floor in the last week or so, too. And right now, the lead times on Polywood is only 1 to 2 weeks, so it's been coming in very fast.
And it really looks like you've got a good selection of subtle as well as brilliant colors.
Yeah, we try to have the what we call vibrant colors, like this tangerine and white, and then more your neutral colors, like your tans and blacks.
Now, one thing I'm noticing, and I've seen on a few of the other displays, the umbrellas. How
Yes,
how good are you on your inventory with those?
we will get our first shipment of those next week. Polywood finally has umbrellas available. We're gonna have 9 different colors in fabric and 4 different colors in frames, and the umbrellas will come complete with a base. And the price points will be anywhere from $399 to about $600. So we should have some of those in at least by the middle of next week.
So, how many sets would you say right offhand that you have on display
We've
right
got
now?
about 55 sets on the floor, but it's been changing every other day because a lot of stuff will sell, and then as a matter of fact, the guys are in the shop right now getting another 6 or 8 sets ready to come in.
And from what I understand, you got a truck parked outside where they want to unload some more.
Yeah, there's a plant truck that's going to pull in any minute, and they're going to start unloading plants. Plants have been a little bit slower than what we'd like to see, but because of the weather, especially out in Oregon, it's a lot colder than it has been. So plant shipments have been delayed a little bit, but we'll get there.
You bring up a really good point. Of course, we had some really super warm weather, and it got everybody off dead center and really wanting to get moving. But you're talking out in the Pacific Northwest, in some areas where their winter not only was extended as far as temperatures go, but they had a lot of snow out there too.
They did. We were commenting this morning. It's the first time that I've had Japanese maples come in 30 years that were not all beautifully leafed out. As a matter of fact, they were a little bit tighter than the plants that we had here already. So it's been very cold out there, and it's definitely had a little effect on shipments.
Now, as far as pricing is concerned, everyone assumes that the prices have gone up on a lot of stuff. How are you handling that here as a retailer?
Pricing has stabilized somewhat since COVID. The freight rates have come down a lot, so we're trying to hold our prices to where they were a year ago. In most cases, that holds true. Where we're seeing it fluctuate is a little bit is like bag bark chips that come from out west, like our all bark cedar and things like that. The freight is still kind of high on that, but actually the freight has come down on a lot of things, so we're able to prices have stabilized it quite a bit.
Now, you mentioned that the plants obviously are a little bit slower in coming, but when people get ready to plant, you've got a lot of product out there to help them get it underway because there's no shortage right now of supply on a lot of the basics, is there?
No, plant supply is has been really decent so far.
Let's take a look at some of the dairy dew products that you've got because I think a lot of folks would really appreciate knowing that when they do get planting underway, you do have specific products that are good for certain types of plants.
Yes, we stock pretty much all the different dairy dew products in bags, and then we have quite a few of them in bulk as well. But just some of the ones that we're seeing go out the door right now, the regular dairy dew, their original organic, high quality compost. That's a good soil amendment. You can use that on your garden or your flower beds. Put it down a half-inch thick, rototill it in, and it does wonders for a garden. The Veggie Dew 301, that is a real popular product for raised beds. And then also if you're going to garden in containers. The Flower Dew 201, we haven't sold a lot of that yet, but now that it's warming up, people are going to start doing annual flowers. So that's a real good choice if you're going to do anything with container flowers this summer on your patio.
Now, when people finally do decide to get some plants either in the ground or in the pots, there are fertilizers out there that are, would you say, time release fertilizers?
Definitely. Here's a few right now that we're selling quite a few of. The Osmo Coat is a timed release. That's a slow release. That's good for about 6 months. A good fertilizer to get on plants right now. Healthy Garden is another one that we're doing quite well with. That's more of an organic. And of course you can use that on flowers and trees and shrubs as well. And then of course the Asphoma, we carry the full line of Asphoma products. Those have been around forever. And Holly Tone seems to be a real popular one right now.
When it comes to taking care of the bushes and the shrubs and the planting areas around those, what do you have available? What are you recommending to folks nowadays?
As far as insecticides, or
Yes.
um, we'll go right over to that area. We're not very far away. The 8 made by Bonide, that is a real good general purpose insecticide. And that can be used on roses, flowers, shrubs, trees, vegetables, pretty much anything. And it's easy to use and it's fairly safe. That is probably by far and away our number one seller for insecticides in the spring.
Now, some folks like to treat some of the bigger trees, the bigger shrubs, whether it's a soap product or granular around. What do you recommend, Chuck?
Here we go. Bonide makes an annual tree and shrub insect control. That is, if you want to do a drench, that works extremely well. Bayer also has a 12-month tree and shrub protect and feed. Again, that's a drench as well. Both great choices. The other thing you can do as far as fertilizing, uh, if you don't want to use a liquid, you can use the Osmocote, and that works good on trees and shrubs. With trees, you have to get yourself a piece of pipe or a piece of rod and drive some holes around the trunk. Stay out away 2 or 3 foot and drop the fertilizer in each little hole, and then put the hose in there and activate it a little bit with the water, and it will be fine.
Now, back behind you, I was noticing uh, some great furniture there to sit back and relax. I can't say enough about the Adirondack chair and some of the wide variety of not only styles but colors that
Yeah,
you have available.
yes, Pollywood makes a great Adirondack chair. We sell hundreds of these, and we stock three different versions of it. They're more popular ones. And we've got them in all the colors, whether you want a vibrant color or just a white or black. We've got, or a tan. We've got all the different colors in stock.
And when it comes to decoration, those whirlies, I call them, uh,
Yeah.
you've got a great selection and probably more coming too.
Yeah, that's just one, example of the many, many things that we have for outdoor decor, and we try to have stuff coming every week. So we have different stuff coming all the time with that.
Now, outside, of course, we really don't have a lot to show right now because, as you said, the plants, we don't really want to expose too much to these chilly temperatures because it has been quite cold. Uh,
Yeah,
and last night, from what I understand, if there were pumpkins out, there was frost on them.
there was all of our hoses out in the garden center were froze, but the guys are getting the outside set up. We're probably at about 65-70% right now. The truck just pulled in and they're going to unload our first big batch of perennials today and hydrangeas and things like that. Next week, we'll get most of our patio annual pots and hanging baskets and a lot more perennials. So by a week from tomorrow, we'll be loaded up pretty good. But again, the weather dictated everything this year.
Well, one thing I noticed was those big piles um, not too far on the other side of the lot. Explain the different varieties of mulch and what folks can do with those.
Yeah, we've got 5 different kinds of bulk mulch and 7 different kinds in bags. As a matter of fact, this morning they brought in 2 more big loads, and we get this in about every second day. But we've got cedar, we've got your colored brown, red, colored black, hardwood, and these are all available by the yard. And you can just bring your trailer, and we load right here, or we can deliver.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You do deliver on some of these products. And again, going back to the furniture, folks can pick it up, take it home if they want, if they've got a trailer, or you do deliver.
Yeah, we they can take it, or we can deliver either one.
Now, you've done quite a bit of delivery all over the state, and a couple of areas that I can think of are up north, over in the Charlevoix area, Traverse City. You've been over in Michigan's Thumb in the Caseville, Sand Point area. You've been up the Sunrise side over by Augray, Stoda. Um, you you've been covering a lot of territory because you've been selling a lot of furniture to different locations.
Yeah, we have pretty much delivered all over the state so far this spring. Last night we were at Sapphire Lake, which is up by Lake City with a load of stuff. Sunday we were up in Tawas, so it's pretty much every week we're going somewhere, and it's amazing how far we're drawing customers, especially with Pollywood. I mean, most of our business with that comes within probably an 80-mile radius of the store, so it's been a fun business and it's exciting.
Now, when you talk Pollywood, when you talk these different varieties, in particular the alfresco, what seems to be the big seller right now when it comes to styles, design?
I would say especially with the alfresco home, we're standing where we started, but the deep seating has been a huge seller. The all weather wicker on an aluminum frame. When you have that, the aluminum won't rust, and the wicker. There's very little maintenance in the summer other than hosing it off once in a while. I would say deep seating has grown to about 60% of our business now in furniture. It's not so much dining anymore.
What we're looking at right now, I guess if anything was ever called deep seating, it would be that. I have never seen that furniture display before.
Yeah,
That's got to be something brand new.
it is. Alfresco Home bought out a company called Appleby, and it's very unique stuff. And it's you've got all weather wicker. We've got mixed materials, uh, cast aluminum and teak, all teak. So it's very unique items. And the cushions on these are a lot different than what we're used to too. It's called Be Wet, so it's a different kind of a cushion. If it rains really hard, the water will really go right straight through them and not saturate them.
Oh, really? So it doesn't repel it, it allows it to go through.
Exactly. It even if your fabric does get a little bit wet, it will dry out right away and not mold or mildew.
How heavy are some of these
Um,
units that we're looking at?
I'm standing by this one right now, and it's all you want to pick that up. And what's unique with the alfresco, as well as the polywood, is you can put this stuff inside of a home too. There's quite a few sets that we sell for screened-in porches. That seems to be a big thing now too.
And of course, everywhere you're walking and everywhere we're seeing pots, decorative pots.
Yeah,
You got tons of them.
yeah, we've got lots of them. I haven't even been through the whole store yet, but we've got probably 3,000 pieces of pottery sitting here now, and starting the end of this week, we'll get stuff in almost every week with that too. But there's just a small sampling of what we have for pottery, but we've got lots.
Let's talk a little bit about the open house, Chuck. You said it's the 45th annual spring open house, and your hours, your Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
We're right now our spring hours, which will carry right through the season, are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30. Saturday we're here 8 a.m. to 4, and then Sunday noon to 4.
So plenty of opportunity for people to come on out. And the nice thing about all of this display is it's undercover.
Right. All the furniture is inside. You can come in. It could be pouring rain this weekend, like they're saying. Hopefully it doesn't pour, but you can come in and shop and not worry about getting wet.
It is going to be a busy weekend for a lot of folks, and they're not going to be able to work outside. So it's a great opportunity to get in and see you and see all the different things you have at Maple Hill. Kind of curious, usually in the back area, and I mean the back area, you've got a pretty good selection of the trees, the shrubs, some of those things that make you famous. Is a lot of that set up right now,
Oh,
Chuck, or
yeah.
are you
I'm going to
setting
get
it up?
out here as far as I can, and hopefully I don't lose you. Here we go. As a matter of fact, there's the truck right now. They're unloading. And you can kind of see over to on the other side of the truck, that's all filled.
Wow.
But a lot of just beautiful plants. There's some beautiful hydrangeas he's unloading right now.
Now, aren't you a little concerned with some of these cooler temperatures, what that's going to do to some of those plants?
Yeah, it's a little concerning. We've got the stuff that he's unloading now will actually go inside of a actual greenhouse, and if it gets too cold, we can quick drop the sides down and be just fine.
Okay, so you've got plenty of opportunity there to move tender stuff inside so it
Oh,
doesn't get
definitely.
damaged. Now, if people want to buy during the open house, but they don't want to take delivery, how do you handle that?
Well, you can take and buy it if you want and leave it here. We allow that to, if you want to buy something and leave it, we allow you to leave it here for up to a week before you pick it up.
Okay. And as far as planting is concerned, you got staff there to help suggest how we
Definitely.
should do. Now, for some of these bigger items, and I'm thinking, the trees, some of the nicer shrubs, give us a little bit of a hint as to how we should go about planting that, how big the hole, what you put in it, that sort of thing.
When you plant anything, you should number one, you have to assess your soil situation. If you have clay, you've got to get rid of that totally. But regardless, you're going to dig the hole about twice as big as the root ball, and then you're going to use a good planting mix to plant with. We recommend the Dairy Do Tree and Shrub mix, and it's very easy to use. You take the dirt that you dig out of the hole, mix it 50% with the tree and shrub mix, and use that as your backfill.
Okay. And as far as digging the hole, you've got the hardware to help people do that too, don't you?
Definitely. We've got shovels and things like that. And like I say, if you can't do it yourself, we've got guys here that will come and do it for you.
Now, this weekend is probably a good reason during the open house to buy something for mom. Any suggestions what a good Mother's Day gift might be at Maple Hill?
We sell a lot of the patio pots, which we'll get in next week. Hanging baskets have long been a popular item, and then gift cards. Let's not forget about that. A lot of times, if you can't make up your mind, the gift card is an easy way to take care of that, and then mom can come in later and shop for what she would actually like.
So what really makes it nice is you can go in and shop for mom with some suggestions, but to make it real easy, get a gift card and then let her come in and pick what she
Exactly.
wants. Yep, not bad at all. In closing, Chuck, again, your location, the
We are
hours.
we're at 2672 Northeastman Road, just north of the US 10 Expressway, right next door to DW Auto on Eastman Road. Again, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 4, Sunday, noon to 4. You can visit our website at www.maplehillmidland.com, and then also check our Facebook page as that gets updated daily.
Chuck Servinski, anything you can think of that we haven't covered?
I think we've covered pretty much everything, but again, we're getting new plants in almost every day, or at least every other day. So things are going to change constantly the next couple of months.
I guess so. And of course, don't forget Father's Day, right?
Yeah, that's a little ways out, but don't forget about that. We sell a Weber grills. That's a big thing for Father's Day. And then, of
You know,
course, the Adirondack chairs that we looked at earlier, those have also turned into a great Father's Day gift as well.
oh, sure. And with graduations and weddings and all those things coming up, you got some great ideas there too.
Definitely.
Chuck Servinski, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for taking time out. Get out and supervise that truck driver, okay?
Yeah, that's Dad. I got Dad out there unloading.
Oh, there you go. That's right. That's what I like about a family operation. It's dad, it's you, it's brothers, sisters. Everybody's involved.
Yeah, my dad's 80 years old, and I've worked every day with him for almost 40 years.
He's been a good teacher.
Yeah, he has. He's the best.
Chuck Servinski, again, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
So, what a great idea. Open house coming up tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Do some open house shopping for all these events coming up. Maple Hill Nursery, 2672 Northeastman Road in Midland. What, about a mile and a half north of the Midland Mall?
Yep, about a mile and a half. We're just past the light at Monroe and Eastman.
Very good. You folks have a great day. Have a nice weekend. Irregardless of the weather, I know it's going to be a good one.
Yep,
Take
it
care.
will. Okay.